But welcome in. Hope you all have had a good Monday or Tuesday, wherever you are so far. We're back with Metaforming Fantazio. Okay, so we're gonna be fighting Luis today. For the main story. We are also, let's see, probably not gonna be here the whole stream. I had a pretty hard day off farm work. No worries, Random Dale. If you need to rest at any point, it is completely understandable. Hold on, I'm kind of too big on my screen. Let me make myself a little bit smaller. There we go. Okay. As I was saying, we're gonna be fighting Luis today. Okay. I'm wearing my orange-like glasses, so my eye tracking may not be the best. We're gonna max out Katharina today. Hopefully she gets her thing situated. We still have a whole month left of the game. That is crazy. This game is so freaking long. Also, I have to tell on Dunvarna before he turns up. What did he do? Give me the sibling tea. Hi there. Okay, we already read through this a little bit.
Thank you.
I restarted, so that way we can get a more accurate description of Katharina's thing. You got a new mover. Wait, mower. You got a new mower. Did he break it?
I did it to help you find
Did he break it?
Work. Because, see, if you find good work, you don't need to depend on other people.
Her accent is so fun.
No one dragging you along. You decide how you want to live, and you make the most of it. So let's hear it. Want to live on your own terms? I'm sure the answer's pretty clear. We can get there, one step at a time. And today,
You were rapping earlier today? I was rapping earlier today. I was practicing because I'm trying to upload more like short covers to my TikTok/YouTube because I want to showcase it more. It's so much fun. I love rapping.
Where I work, there's an old man who said if Katharina vouches for them, he'll hire them. No questions asked.
He proceeded to drive while his allergies were acting up. He drove like a madman. Oh no! He didn't ruin the land, did he?
Sure, but we don't have the skills for a workshop like that.
I know. That's why we're going to get you some proper schooling.
Free education.
We're going to erect a facility right here and hire a teacher who'll show you how to read and write and perform calculations. You can also learn carpentry, needlework, or medicine. And once you've the skills, we can talk to workshops and trade associations.
Gotta check out the shorts. Yes, they're on my secondary YouTube channel, not my main one. So not Crypta's Laboratory. It's a Crypta Agate under my full name.
There's gotta be a faster way than all that.
You think
I post all my shorts that are not related to gaming go on that channel.
Would you just sit in the mud till you die?
Oh, come off it. We take what we're owed. It's that easy. Besides, you were the one saying we'd
He left racing stripes of uncut grass all over the place. Well, did he fix them at least? Or did someone else have to fix it? Things are different now, Katharina. You got this. Get your confidence
I
back.
did say that, but I wasn't right. And for that, I'm sorry. Something stolen is just going to keep getting stole. You'll start to fear and resent your neighbour. It's an endless cycle of misfortune.
I'm thinking of changing my layout of how I stream on TikTok. I have everything like vertical right now, but I might swap it to horizontal.
We got to shape our reality with our own two hands. We welcome anyone who wants to be their own change. Here, together, we write our own futures.
No, you had to fix them when he finally relinquished it.
I could be a leather worker.
Sounds like me and my brother. I'm always cleaning up after his mess.
Making clothes. I mend all my family's garb.
Twin things, am I right?
Good at it.
I love teaching kids. If I dedicate myself to study, might I be a teacher as well?
What's got into
Yeah.
all your heads? All this bloody talk about change. Too late for me, I say.
Not by half. So tell me, what do you want to do? We can work on this together.
Always thought it'd be nice to see the ocean. Thought that since I was a kid.
Then learn how to do calculations. If you can do that, I can introduce you to a merchant in Brylehaven.
This is really taking off. It's going to take me a while to get through all these people. I know the Parapus haven't had the best lot in life, but I'm feeling more optimistic about our chances these days.
And it's because of Will, right?
Because, I mean...
Yep,
you're
yep,
king soon,
poor
yeah?
Will.
Things will really start looking up for us then.
You have to be king at this point, man. You have to be king at this point. You're gonna let everybody down. Man. Unless he's still trying to keep up the whole, like, I'm the prince thing, since he looks similar to the prince. But it's definitely not gonna be the same. I bet the prince is gonna die or something. That's my guess. The prince is gonna die or whatnot, and Will has no choice but to be king. I'll try to live up to your expectations.
I'll do my best to live up to your expectations.
Good, because I'll be holding my breath. But I won't be sitting on my hands either. Not that we'll rely too much on you.
Also, let me know if my microphone peaks at any point. I've been trying to play around with it.
We wouldn't need kings.
I don't think it's peaking right now, because it says I'm in the green, but... And I did put a limiter on it, but I feel like the audio still comes out kind of quiet on stream. You may be right.
You're right about that.
I am,
Ow.
mate.
Oh,
A person who puts their mind to it can change their own world.
you don't hear any peaking?
much I
Awesome.
know.
Ouch. Okay, I was practicing karate earlier as well, after rapping, and I freaking hit my foot against, I hit my foot against the wall when I was trying to do an aerial kick, and I have a bruise on my heel now, and it fucking hurts because I'm sitting on the floor right now, and I just kind of like uncrossed my leg, so my heel touched the ground, and I was like, ow, my fucking bruise. I know, it hurt. It hurt, especially since there's no cushion between, like, around your heel.
You remember me, because we're fighting together, king or not. No matter what lies ahead for you, we're comrades in arms.
I can sense Katharina's hope for the future, as well as her unwavering trust in me as a fellow comrade.
The loyal hunter, Katharina, keeper and heritor of the brawler's virtues. Your tempered bond has become a fire-forged trust. Thus, a new pinnacle of heroism awakens within thee. By the grace of her newfound powers, work to give truth to our hopes.
Let's see, are we gonna... Did we already unlock her next archetype, or... I don't remember.
My dreams.
Brawler, oh, elite. Martial artist. There we go, it's me. It's me, guys. We can now study the martial artist. I haven't even unlocked the previous one. The martial artist archetype in the academia. Try seeing the new power awaits you. So, my question is this archetype, is this a Japanese martial arts, or is it something else? Because technically this is a Japanese game, but the game itself, Metaphor, takes place in Europe.
Katharina! Who's here? They've delivered some for us. You lot better save some for me. Wait, come and have a meal with us. Consider it an early coronation ceremony.
I enjoyed a humble feast alongside Katharina and the others. Thanks to the unbreakable bond I share with Katharina, the impoverished Parapus now all support me, but it doesn't matter because we already have a high enough popularity. Alright, awesome. I could close Katharina's bond guide because we're never going to need to open that anymore. We're as prepared as we can be, and tomorrow's the big day. We'll be up against Luis, and this time, he'll be ready and waiting for you. I still wonder how this is gonna end, because, like I said, there's still a whole month left of the game. So, the game is kind of implying Luis is the final battle, but if this is like any other Atlas game, the true final boss is God. So, if we actually defeat Luis here, where is God gonna show up? Captain, surely you have reservations about this. Forgive me if I'm speaking out of turn, but is your mind truly clear of doubt?
Somehow.
I mean to say, if you strike down a man who was not your true enemy, will you truly be able to call yourself a righteous prince? I mean, we kind of already did that. we still tried to kill Luis, because we thought he was the reason for the prince's thing, or why the prince was cursed. And then we learn he wasn't. And now we're just trying to kill him because he's our enemy at this point. Right? We're just trying to kill him because he's our enemy and we don't want him to be king. Like, we really think that the people are gonna vote for Luis instead of us, so our only option now is to kill him. I think that's what's happening. If I'm being honest. I mean, honestly, don't get me wrong. Luis is still not a good person, but is that still justification to kill him? Battle Neon Sub Crypta. Hey, how's it going?
However,
I challenge you on this only because I think it's foolish to be brought to a standstill by it.
may I speak?
Haven't seen you the past couple metaphor streams. Hope you've been well. I do not believe Luis is innocent in the slightest. On the contrary, in but a few months, he has slain the king and your comrade besides. Is there any wonder that people seek to end his life? He has lived by a doctrine of power, and his every step has been in service of that purpose. I like how Heisme is the one to bring attention to this. I do like this. He sealed his fate. Like, unlike other people in our party, such as like Stroll or Hulkenberg, or Juna, or Basilio, and I guess Yufa in a way, since he kind of was racist against her, he doesn't really have like a personal grudge against Luis. So I do like how he's kind of looking at this without that hatred in his mind versus everyone else who has like a reason to hate him. And Heisme is just like, okay, like, yes, Luis is a bad person, but from the eyes of someone where he hasn't done anything personal to him, he's bringing up all these like other perspectives, which I really like. I've been doing well, just busy with Xenoblade X. Oh, are you enjoying it so far? Oh, wait, you played it before, right? Or was that someone else? He sealed his fate, and you as a contender for the throne should not waste time deliberating over whether such an ideology is fit to rule. Is that not so?
It'll be all right.
You are already in second place in this contest. Countless people have thrown their support behind you. Never forget that. So we're still losing to Luis. So at this point, the only way we can win is if we kill him. Heisme made a pretty good point. If we're going to take back the country, you can't let any self-doubt stop you in your tracks here.
We can't lose.
Everything we've done has been for this day. So let's take it all in and stick it to Luis. For Rella and Grias and everyone we've lost. I haven't played the original X, just a Fin Edition. I'm just trying to beat the game. Oh, gotcha. You might actually be more ahead than I am because I've just been like super busy these past weeks. I haven't been able to pick up Xenoblade outside of stream, so you might be potentially further than I am.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Yeah.
That's the spirit. All the pain we've endured will be your power to the end. But then again, I've played the original, so I'm not really missing out on too much, I guess.
Right.
I don't want a king who believes might makes right. There's no reason you can't be a contender yourself.
Besides,
And now that you've declared yourself the prince, it's not like you can afford to fall on your face in front of anyone anyway. Have we maxed ranked with Galaga yet? Or is there still more?
that reminds me.
Neuros apparently wants to make some kind of grand entrance into Grand Trad with the Skyrunner. Despite everything going on, that's his biggest priority. But maybe that's exactly what we need to make this work.
Okay then.
Dinrina, hello! Dinrina. How much of chat can you see? Well then, let's get a full night's rest so that we're ready for tomorrow.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
It's finally here.
In any case, I'm not someone who would want to kill anyone, but given the circumstances, it's not hard. It's not hard to understand why the characters want to kill Luis, and Ford himself did try to kill Luis too, and failed. Yes. Everyone else, I can understand why they want to kill Luis, but as I was saying, like, Heisme is the only one who doesn't have who didn't start off with, like, a personal grudge against Luis like everyone else. So, I do like to see, the perspective that he brought to us. He's like, well, if you are gonna kill Luis, you know, make sure you're doing it for the right reasons, is basically what he's saying. So, we set up for the royal capital and the decisive battle of our lives. I am a little disappointed. I had just begun to grow accustomed to the cold. You see everything? Your brother tattletaled on you. I cannot say the same. Regardless, we've done all that we can here. Let us depart with our heads held high, yes? Yeah, it's what makes Heisme one of the more unique party members. I agree. I do like that. And he's also older than the rest of us. So I do like how we have a more wise / mature perspective on this as well. Versus everyone else who may be like motivated by hatred against Luis. It's a new 0-turn mower. So you weren't used to it? You sure seem thrilled about arriving by sky instead of teleportation magic. All it takes is a day to get there from here. We'll have them in city folk shaking in their boots. Let's meet a runner once we've polished off breakfast. My Basilio voice fluctuating as usual.
At last, only a day remains.
Whatever Luis throws at us, this is where we end it.
Speaking of Yuffie, I got Final Fantasy X. Yuffie takes a lot after Yuna as summoner. I did not like Final Fantasy X, so I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Between him and the Criers, he's certainly made a production of this. You don't suppose it's a trap?
Nah, he just loves a battle that'll make history. That's the bastard through and through.
Indeed. The man's in first place right now. Not much he stands to gain from subterfuge.
But I can see, like, the whole summoner
I'll
thing.
admit, I have my own suspicions.
What? Losing your nerve, old fella? Me? I'm ready to lay the bastard out. I owe him at least one solid...
The thing that's hindering me from doing a good Basilio voice is I can't do his accent. I'm so bad at accents. And because I can't do his accent, I can't do... Oops, sorry, hit my mic. I can't do, like, a good, like, voice for him. Because I can't get his intonation and tone down. I can't do his accent.
You can start with one for Del. Give him 100 for yourself.
I mean, I can't do a British accent either, but I feel like my Stroll voice is pretty.
Maybe even destroyed from the
it like gets the character across.
Rella said as much too, about the country being overrun with hordes of humans. That might be his real aim, though I can't for the life of me think why Luis would want that. I thought he'd made his name as this grand human slayer.
At the very least, we know that Luis will not wield the king's magic to save this land.
We have our own future we're dreaming of. For Maria and Fabienne. For Grius and Rella. We've got to win this. For everyone's sakes.
Actually, I want to look up who Gallica's voice actress is. Simone B. Okay, I thought I recognized her voice from somewhere, but I'm not sure. Okay. Where are we going? We're head to Grand Trad. Okay.
You would pursue peril.
A course is set for the capital and the final confrontation with Luis. Is everyone prepared? Wait, let me check my archetypes. Oh wait, can I not check them? Shit. Okay, well, I guess we're going.
Great. Let's move out.
Basili's voice is the hardest thing to do, and I can't do female voices without straining my throat. Yeah. I feel like it's less hindering to go... Actually, no, that's a lie. I was gonna say it's less hindering to go lower than higher. But I think about it, some of the lower voices I've done have really scratched my throat. Especially if I get, like, if I try to make them, like, gravelly, then that kind of hurts. I did initiate Harry McIntyre when he voices N from Xenoblade 3. Oh, imitate. I love Harry McIntyre. His role as N was so good. Like, Noah is like still good, but N, oh my god. The emotions that he put in, perfect.
He's here. Wow. It's
a grand entrance.
Welcome back.
Your Highness.
Your Highness. I'm surprised anyone actually did believe we're the prince. The real prince is still awake, so...
It's His Royal Highness the Prince. We've been waiting for you. Go and teach that damn Luis a lesson.
Finally.
This is better than any of the fables. I'm putting all my money on Luis to win.
I still think we could have gotten a good amount of support without saying we're the prince. But, I don't know. Maybe I just misunderstood what they were trying to go for with that idea. But to me, it didn't really feel necessary to say so. Unless I'm missing something. But I remember when they first proposed it, I was like, is it needed? And then they talked about it, and I was still like, is this necessary? But, well, they haven't seen him in how many years? The prince? I guess that's kind of true. I guess it's kind of true. But now the prince is actually awake. We're going to have to explain why we changed our look and stuff.
Sounds like they're more excited.
Part of
about
me
the spectacle
actually
than about the
does
prince
think,
being
okay,
alive.
here's my theory.
Still,
I may
suppose it
have
makes
seen
sense.
a couple of accidental spoilers. Actually, no, never mind. I'm not going to talk about it. Never mind. I'm not going to say anything.
But by the faces in the sky and upon the rock, we are squarely set in second place. Even with the gap between us and Luis, the prince has faithful supporters.
Though 'tis not truly His Highness's face wrought in stone, but our captain's.
I still think, okay, yeah, this is what I was gonna say. I like how Hulkenberg feels conflicted because think about it. Will is an Elda, someone who's at the bottom of the food chain. It would have been a little more meaningful that he has all this support because he worked hard, and it's like David and Goliath basically. This would have been a good David and Goliath story, but now that we said we're the prince, it's like, oh, now people are gonna support him because they think he's royalty. So that's kind of where I'm like, I don't know how I feel about this like prince thing, but let's see. The game still has time to convince me that this is that this is gonna work.
Luis spares nothing for an old woman like me. Saint Rella spoke truth. We need the help of His Royal Highness the Prince.
He's the boy with a saint's blessing. He's got to be genuine. If the Sanctus Church's power is waning, should I take His Highness's side over Luis?
Even after her confession, they still keep her words close. I suppose no amount of past sins could make them forget her genuine kindness. Seems strange to say, but we owe her a great deal. Without her, the people would never have calmed, much less placed their trust in us. We can't let them down.
But looking around the city, some of the fervor seems beyond reason.
The whole point of the Prince Mask thing is that they have to keep the people's eyes on the prince because Rella and Luis had the most vote, because the whole point is to return the prince to form before Luis destroys the country. Right, yeah, we are doing this without the intent, well, at least Will. At the moment, he's doing this without the intention to become king. I know in his mind, he still wants the prince to be king, but it's the fact that they kind of decided it kind of out of the blue. Like, it wasn't the initial plan. I think I would have been more okay with it if they started from the beginning, like, hey, Will, you actually look really similar to the prince. Why don't we propose this from the beginning? So that way, like, I feel like they should have proposed he was the prince from the beginning, in a way, I guess. If their intentions was to always make the prince king, but I don't know. I guess, Rella competing was a bit of a, a change in plans. But, I don't know. Maybe it's just because it felt so sudden to me.
Your Highness, you can't stop at Luis. You've got to kill all the idiots who believe in him. They're not right in the head.
That right? You're the ones who aren't right in the head. It's because of stiff old cowards like you that this country's been spinning.
Because if Will is going to become king in the end, is he going to have to keep up the I'm the prince thing forever? for the rest of his days?
True enough.
Or is he going to switch with the actual
If he
prince,
doesn't
since
even
they
show
look
up after
similar?
all this fuss he's made, everyone would feel like fools.
Probably going for another big grandstanding entrance like at the royal funeral.
Because it's only going to be so long before people realize that the prince that was running in the tournament would not be the same prince that becomes prince if it is the true prince. You know?
Save your fury.
Like, if Will switches with the real prince, if he gets elected, I feel like it'd only be some time before someone realizes something was off. Because Will was the one that campaigned, not the prince.
Whoa, and Lady
Juna as well.
I say, nothing wrong with an adoring public, but this is getting more claustrophobic than the engine room. We don't want to get stuck. I'm popping back in the rubber.
I can't deny that it's hard for me to talk about royalty and the votes, but regardless, their goal was to stop Luis, and that was during the time when he was believed to be responsible for the curse. Yeah.
Let's head to the hush.
It definitely feels like things change pretty quickly.
I'm sure Maria will be happy to
So I
see
guess
us.
like the abrupt change in plans, I guess also maybe makes sense. The hushed honeybee. I hope Fabian has been getting good business.
All the customers say they're on your side. I was surprised at how popular you are.
Maria!
Thanks for helping, Maria. We couldn't have done it without you.
I tried my very, very best.
I never thought Luis would be the one throwing down the gauntlet to you. If he'd survived, I'm sure he'd say the same. You'd better get some rest tonight.
I still hate the whole necromancy thing.
Come on, Maria.
If you're gonna kill a character, commit to killing the character. Not kill him and then bring him back literally the next day.
I'll be cheering for you.
It's finally happening.
We've got to win this. For Grius' sake, too.
I don't like death fake
Victory
outs.
is
I
in
think
our
I've mentioned that
grasp.
before.
We once thought it impossible to save His Highness the Prince after all.
Oh, we
and
got
he
a
now
bot.
lives.
Bye-bye.
But without the king's wards, we'll be fighting on even ground. He won't make this easy on us.
The king's magic lived up to the legends. Capable of shaking the world itself. Every man, woman,
Bots.
and
I've been getting a
child
lot of
has
them.
been at its
I at
limit
least
for
get
months.
one every
Not
stream
the
now.
kind
What
of
the
power
heck is
any of us
happening?
want in Luis's hands.
But will this fight truly settle everything? By the spell's own rules, the throne will go to whoever wins the most support. Even after this battle, the crown's fate isn't set. We saw how the people's hearts have been whipped to dangerous passions. When the dust settles...
Whatever they make of it, we've come this far. All we can do now is finish our fight and strike to kill. Any less, and Luis will cut us down.
Real quick, what is Juna's accent? Because it doesn't sound like your typical European accent, but it doesn't sound like an American accent either. Because she definitely hard pronounces the R's and T's, which a lot of European accents don't do. But she doesn't sound American to me. What's her accent? I can't quite tell.
Indeed. Let us now devote ourselves to victory, and then worry of what comes after. We must believe in all we've yet accomplished.
I can't speak on what accents are. I can't really tell with her. It sounds like a mix between European and American. But yeah, when I listen to her, I'm like, she doesn't sound completely European, but she doesn't sound completely American either. So I'm not really sure like which, if she probably has some sort of European accent, but I don't know which one. Because unless, I mean, America also has a bunch of different accents too, so I can't really tell. So have most of the other streamers I watch, these bots, man, taking over. They I don't understand why people still do bots. Like, everyone kind of knows not to fall for them and whatnot. The importance of this game, the tournament, it's all for the role of what makes a good king, and the kind that I said before, Will had more or less display of all the traits that made what made Luis and Rella strong in the eyes of the people. Wait, Will had more or less display all of the traits that what made Luis and Rella strong in the eyes of people. Yeah, true, I guess. Oh my god, my foot's asleep. Eee!
This should be our last battle against Luis. I'm just trying to stay hopeful. Knowing how far we've come. Now you've awoken your archetype. Forged friendships. And taken so many burdens on your shoulders. You've really risen to this fight.
I know Gallica for sure has an American accent. It's been an honor.
It's been an honor to serve.
Wow. Listen to you sounding like a proper hero. I suppose the prince thing is rubbing off on you, but it takes me back. If the prince could see you now, he'd be pretty proud of you. Don't you think? I mean, you and he were best friends. Best friends.
Aww.
Wait, What?
Wait, hold on. I missed it. What did... I just, like, dizzied out for a second. You and him are best friends. Why is she confused about that? I thought that was pretty obvious that we were best friends. Or no, does she consider Will her best friend and she's sad about that? Because Will considers the prince his best friend.
Yes, we were best friends. What of it?
Oh, sorry. I felt like I'd misspoke for a second or something. Don't mind me. Anyway.
Okay.
We'll make
so they
sure
planted that there. That's probably gonna come up again later.
Personally, right?
I can sense Gallica's strong determination and resolve. Rank up. 7. Okay, we still have one more. Technically, we do still have one more month in the game left, so.
Right. Let's get some rest.
Okay, I hope I'm ready for this fight. I don't know how my archetypes are. Hopefully my archetypes are good.
It's been a while.
It feels like ages since I was last here.
So?
The best way to get prepared for tomorrow is by getting some rest. Can I go to...
Alright then.
No, okay.
It's time.
Wait.
Alright then.
I can't look at the... There we go.
What now?
Okay, I have Will on Savior, though. Oops. Do I want him as the Savior, though? Or do I want... Well, he has the highest healing at the moment. And then you are currently Samurai. You are... What are you? Paladin. Heismei is Ninja. I barely used Heismei. Juna, Persona Master, Yufa. I don't feel the most confident about Yufa. Devil Summoner. And Basilio, okay. Basilio, same thing. I don't feel the most confident about him because I have not been able to level up most of his archetypes. Actually, should I do that now? Do I have any? I have 17 Heroes Leaf of Lights. Do I want to put that on anybody?
I'm getting stronger.
Okay. Let's see. Yufa, same as well. She doesn't have a lot of max rank things. Juna, I think she's okay for now. The rest of these archetypes I don't really think are too... Heismei has a decent amount. We still have to grind archetypes at the Mimic dungeon, which we have not come across yet. I think... Ideally, maybe I want to have someone else with decent healing skills. Just in case if Will kind of gets out of commission for a little bit. Stroll, I think, is okay for now, too. Yeah, I'll just give Hulkenberg a couple of these.
To greater heights. I've acquired a new power.
If the game lets me go to the Memorandum or Academia before the final fight.
To greater heights.
What skill was that? Wait. One Alec for... Okay. I might as well just use up the rest of these.
A new means of protection.
Okay. Alright. Basilio. Hey, are we all just gonna be sharing these two beds? Heismei.
Regardless of our aims, it seems Luis has had an eye on you for some time. No doubt he's been anticipating the showdown in the royal capital. Well, if he asks to fight for us, a fight he shall have. We stand proud against him.
I got you.
Want to sell it one-on-one, eh? Of course he does. When all you care about is power, everything has to be a duel.
I can't. I can't do Basilio. I can't get a good voice for him.
Speaking as his old right-hand man, I can tell you. The man's strong. Terrifying strong. Can't afford to get careless.
I can't do his accent. It ruins the whole thing. I can't... I'll never be able to do a good Basilio voice. Okay, rest. I don't know what else we can do.
Rest well.
Okay, hopefully I'm ready for the fight.
At long last, my lord, our
This freaking
investigations
guy.
have borne fruit. We know where the true prince lies.
Does Luis, is he
Those
aware that
loyalists
we
who
broke into his
disappeared with the
chambers?
prince led us right to him.
I don't remember.
We
That
found
feels like so long
traces of
ago.
their coming and going.
Where was he
Is my chat broken? Are you guys
Far
just
to the
listening?
west of the royal capital, deep within a forest said to bewitch those who should wander in. An old village erased from today's maps. That said, against all odds, it seems that this place is...
The lost village of the Elder. Last trampled by Fortin's troops, sent to burn it to the ground.
You knew then?
I see.
You're dead tired? Okay.
To hide
No
in a
worries, no
place
worries. Just wanted to
publicly
make sure.
declared as destroyed. Quite a gambit. The prince was born.
Generata, you should sleep.
An illegitimate son.
Don't force yourself to be here. Luis noted that as he was about to die at the opera house. Oh, okay. Wait, you're right. Because of the... We stole the...
Fortin did not raise the village for
What
any
was it?
defiance
The
of
remedy? The antidote thing?
He thought only to eliminate an inconvenient heir, a threat to his power, before his birth was known. The prince's survival, his complete disappearance. This was the missing piece. Zorba, go and snuff them out for good.
Sir, consider them annihilated. I've been hoping for an opportunity to test this newfound power.
Now, the battle at the royal capital looms.
Okay, so this time Luis is not going to be at half health like he was last time. And even at half health, he was still very
Call
tanky.
yourself the prince.
Sorry, my model glitched for a second.
And I will give you a prince's end. And I have just the spell to do it.
And he knows we're not the prince either, so... Wait, spell?
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
And in the end, Luis is always 1.5 steps ahead. Yup. Sadly.
Good morning. Did you sleep well? Ready to face the day?
It's been so long since we've heard Fabian's voice. Same as any day. I won't let you
This
down.
time, I won't let you down.
Stop that. You never have before, and you won't start today. Try to relax. And don't let this weigh too heavy on your shoulders.
But you have to come back, no matter what. Okay?
All her little wings.
I confess my mind strays back to the royal funeral. Yet we are more than we ever were then. Now we have the power to see this through.
Let's get out there, thrash him, and come back here to celebrate.
Never thought we'd find ourselves back at the Grand
Looking at
Cathedral
Maria's
for the
wings,
final
all I
showdown.
can think about is whatever created
ourselves
humans,
together.
whatever it
Ready our
was,
supplies.
whatever made humans come to be on this planet, it fumbled hard by not giving us wings. I'll just say that. Fumbled very hard by not giving us wings. If we had our own wings ourselves, I feel like the environment would be a little bit better. You know, think about your daily commute. I might have brought this up before. Your daily commute to work. You know, if you could just, you know, not need your car every day, the environment would be a little bit better, and we would probably not be killing our own planet as quickly as we are. But it is, again, IMO, one of the greatest strengths of Luis' character. I confess that writing characters is a difficult task, but I love an antagonist that serves as a direct threat to overcome. Yes. Luis awaits within the Grand Cathedral. I should go there.
Can we talk?
Make sure that you have everything you'll need. Okay, what do you guys think? Do you think my party... Hold on. Shoot. Buttons.
What now?
Do you think my archetypes are okay? I don't want to fumble this Luis fight, especially since I feel like it's going to be difficult. Should I keep Will as a support archetype, or should I have him as an attacker? And then, I don't know who to use in the party. I would like to put Basilio in the fight. But I haven't really used him much. And he has mostly just one single attack type as well. Well, the game let me go to... I doubt... is there... Hold on. Can the informant... Oh, wait, no. Wrong place. Back to the Hush Honeybee.
Let's go see.
I was gonna say, is there an informant that will, that says anything about Luis? As long as you have archetypes safe from slash and in all non-light and dark elements, you should be fine. So don't use light and don't use dark? Okay.
Fancy a bit of it.
Monster, the Mausoleum. Oh. Zorba. Are we gonna be fighting Zorba? Oh no, never mind. Never mind. That was from way long ago. Okay. I think I did put light on some people because of the last dungeon, so we should probably change that. Archetypes safe from slash. Okay, we'll have to check that.
Let's head there right away.
So, no light, no dark. Man, poor Heismay can't get a... Oh my god, this guy just on the floor.
Now, where was I?
Heismay could never catch a break. He's never been needed so much in the party. Flight is biologically expensive though. Every system on a flying being has to be lighter. Flight muscles has to take up a huge mass fraction and the energy requirement are enormous. Then they should have made humans able to do it. I'm just saying. We should have been able to fly. The Earth would have benefited so much better. Let me check inherited skills. So will... So, okay. Because maybe light is not gonna work. Should I not have will on this? And then Stroll is... he has Mage Holiness, but that's like a thing that I equipped and odd him. All of your personas, archetypes, need to be safe from fire, ice, electric, and wind. That's what I meant. Oh, I see. Well, interesting. I wonder, have I... Okay, I'm not sure if I have, but I feel like... Did I unlock the skill that repels magic? Oops. So it's probably not a good idea to use Juna. So I should use Heismay then. Actually, what's Heismay's weakness? Thunder, okay. Never mind. Hulkenberg, what's your weakness? Thunder, okay. Stroll. Wind, okay. Basilio. Light and dark. Okay, so Basilio, we should use. Savior is one of the better archetypes. Uses fight because it doesn't have the weakness. Sorry, I meant to say archetype. We do have one thing we're smart enough to make working jetpacks. True, but those also create gases. And then spending money on fuel, which kind of defeats the purpose of, you know, why replace jetpacks with cars if they're both going to expend fuel into the atmosphere, you know? Or gases into the atmosphere. By having wings, we would not be needing to use as... We would not be producing as much gas into the atmosphere. Juna... Thunder. Why is there so many people weak to thunder? Ice. Okay. So Basilio for sure. Yes, should I change people's archetypes? Okay, wait. Which archetype? I could have sworn I had an archetype that taught freaking... repel magic. I thought I had it. Never mind. We're not learning that till the end of the game. Dang it. Okay. So if that's the case, will Basilio... Mass Dancer's weaknesses change when using a mass. It just, you need to know the archetype's weakness and resistance inside out. Oh, that's right. Have I made enough masks? Let me see. I've made quite a few. Oh, I have the stuff for this, so I might as well make it. Let me change Juna's mask, actually. How do I change it? Do I have her? I have her in Persona Master right now. How do I change her masks again? I don't know what mask is on her currently.
Let's go see.
What now?